I'm here today at Flaming Geyser State Park. It's a really nice day today. It's up around 80. It's the middle of the afternoon, so I have a few hours to kind of discover what's going on here. It's a pretty big park, and it's famous because it has a geyser apparently that actually flamed or came up as a flame a long time ago, and I don't know that it still does. My brother tells me it doesn't. So anyway, I guess we'll check that out and see what we can find out. Thanks for joining me today. It's got a pretty nice little trail here. Looks like some of it goes down to the river, and other parts just keep going on around the park, which is a pretty big park. So let's go see where this leads us. Here's a little path that I think goes down to the river here. It's hard to get a good view from here, but there are lots of people along the river. They're boating down the river, standing on this little isthmus that's going out into the water. And here's a little place. It has a lot of covered eating or benches there. Little playground. They have people picnicking here. Looks like people camping. Lots of parking, place for trash, and also, porta potties. So, well, there's quite a bit of parking once you get to the end here. Like I said, it's a pretty beautiful day. A lot of people lined up at the bathrooms. A lot of places to camp. I remember online seeing a guy talking about how he came up here and saw salmon spawning in the river. So apparently this is still a popular place for them to come back to. This shows the four types of salmon you might see around here. The coho or silver salmon, the chinook or king salmon, chum or dog salmon, and the steelhead salmon. I believe steelhead's the one that I caught when I was younger. And it might be a little hard to see this one in this light, but it's talking about how salmon use like little side routes along the river to find their way back up it, because sometimes the water's too swift because of flooding or snow melt or whatever. So they have to be creative to kind of find their way back. Looks like the State Forest Service have a place out here, probably maybe where somebody stays. This is a pretty big park, and sometimes they do that. The people that manage the park will actually live here. Bird of the Month feature. This month it's the spotted sandpiper. Well, they say these are the summer conditioning ponds for the steelhead. It's the middle of July, so maybe it's sometime in August or something that they actually use these. I don't know. And here we go off to Flaming Geyser. Apparently this tells the story of the guy who actually drilled for coal and hit gas. He used that to help power some of his machinery. And then later when he came back, he decided he'd ignite it. I think he was trying to burn it off or something. And it just kept burning for decades. Looks like the path goes right along the river here. There's places that you have to step. I'm sure many an unfortunate person has fallen in, but it's not like it's very deep, so the worst that would happen is they get wet. Let's see if we have any better luck on this trail. This trail looks like it's a lot longer than the other one. Let's see how far it goes. Ah, looks like steps. Four steps. These ones go down. This is the bubbling geyser. This was also the result of a discovery or exploratory well drilled for coal. Way back in the early 1900s, over 100 years ago. So anyway, that's what that bubbling is. It's methane gas coming up and interacting with carbon to create calcium carbonate. So in other words, if you want to get something to drink from the water, it's probably best to get it from this side rather than this side where the bubbling gas comes out from. Although I don't think calcium carbonate is really harmful. The official trail ends down there. But it looks like some people were so hard up to see what else they could find that they decided to climb up this steep part right here. I mean, it's really steep. Get up to the top and go beyond. Now we're heading up a different trail that doesn't go to the flaming or bubbling geyser. Here's a nice shot of the river from up high. It's like a little obstacle course around here. It's a good thing I'm more fit than I used to be. I mean, look at this. Gotta step over this one. Gotta step over these. Oh my goodness, and these. At one point, this trail was wide enough for a semi-truck to drive it. Now it's down to this narrow little trail here. I've seen lots of people coming this way, so I know that it gets used. It probably just needs to be a little more well maintained by the Park Service, I'm thinking. It's a really beautiful spot along the river here. It's pretty wide right here. Could probably wade across. Not going to, of course. I don't want to get all wet. Here's kind of a better view of the forest around it. Well, once you get past that little river spot, the trail even gets more narrow. Almost becomes like a deer trail or an animal trail. This is just one of those times when you're out in the wilderness and you decide to just stop and smell the roses, so to speak, even though there are no roses out here. But it's a really pleasant day, really nice. This is why I enjoy my life so much. I really get to do what I love, you know, and that's really the important thing. That and the people that you have in your life. Really feel blessed today. Here's a nice little bridge that Comes over a little river inlet, little creek. And it goes out that way. Not really sure what these are. They have quite a few of them. Thank you for joining me today at Flaming Geyser State Park. I hope you enjoyed our little adventure today. That you'll join me again on Adventures of Big A.